Can I tell you a story? I promise I won't take up too much of your time. It's just... I was going through some old stuff last week while cleaning out my closet, and I found some things that have brought a lot of old memories back, actually. I found a collection of, old toys, books, but in particular, something that really stuck out to me was I found my old sketchbooks. These sketchbooks, there's a couple actually. This one's my favorite. It's my Starry Night sketchbook. I have just this basic art starts here. This old worn one. I had this for a couple years in about 2nd or 3rd grade. Joanna Abel. And this one, I remember I got on clearance. When I think back on my life, everything I've been through, the crucial part, all of it has been art. It's crazy to think about, actually, because the truth is, I could talk about the impact that art's had on my life for hours and hours on end, and I would still have more to say. But the truth is, there's a point at which too many words become meaningless. So, to put it simply, I'll just say this. Vincent van Gogh once said, "Art is to console those who are broken by life." And my God, was I broken. Every child goes through a period of preteen angst in 5th and 6th grade. It's tailed us all this time. Hormones rise, mom and dad are suddenly evil, eyeliner and emo music are inescapable. I could go on and on. Yet, imagine adding a little spice of undiagnosed mental illness and trauma. Well, I'll just save you a little bit of time and say that was not a good point in my life. Not at all. My darkness felt inescapable. It felt like I was falling in this bottomless pit that kept getting deeper and darker no matter how far I fell. The end was nowhere in sight. I didn't know what to do with myself. In all honesty, I was at the lowest point I think you can get to and still come out of. And for me, that led to some really dark places. And I didn't know what to do with myself. And I remember in 6th grade, I had an art teacher for a little bit. I didn't stay at the school very long, but I had an art teacher who really just tried to reach out to me to get me to push more into art. And I didn't do much with that at the time. I had so much going on. I didn't want to put myself into something else. But as time went on and I struggled more and more to deal with the things I had gone through, I was losing myself more and more, and everything felt hopeless. And then I remember I started just looking for a way out. I needed an escape. And then I started to find myself in art. There's this cheesy quote on one of my sketchbooks that says, "If you can dream it, you can draw it." And I always hated that when I first got it. I thought it was stupid. I thought it was cheesy. But as time went on, that meant something to me, because I started to realize that the world didn't have to be as dark as I thought it was. I could, even if it was just on a page, I could draw something and life could be pretty, just for a moment, even if it was on a page. Some of the most beautiful paintings, the most intricate, detailed, significant works were born out of an artist's own struggle and turmoil. I think of La Guernica by Pablo Picasso. That's a painting done in the midst of the Spanish Civil War. It's this incredible, intricate work. And it's all about the pain and suffering that was going on. I mean, Van Gogh's works were born out of the depression that he experienced. Even great comics like Robin Williams wanted to push others to laugh when they were dealing with their own internal pain and struggles, because they wanted other people to feel what they struggled with. I think I've learned that that's the mark of a great artist, is somebody who can transform their experiences. They can transform their worldview into something different. They can take their pain and capture it and make it into something beautiful. I can't remember who the author was, but I read a book a couple years ago that described in such beautiful language a blood stain on the ground. And I remember the author was sitting here describing it as just pools of crimson and all of this deep descriptive language to describe it. But then they stopped suddenly and said, but in the end, it was not crimson pools. No, in the beginning, it was just blood. Talking about how the author themselves saw this horrible thing and chose to transform it. And I think that's what I realized that I wanted to do with myself, I wanted to do with my life, was I was able to draw something and use that to capture what I was feeling, to make something out of my situation. Even if I don't pursue art professionally, which it's definitely a dream, but even if I don't do it professionally someday, I know that I can use my art to capture what I'm feeling in this moment. And that's something that's incredible. Even just to look back on old pieces and realize not only how far I've come in my skill, but how much I've improved in my mental health. It's stunning. And it makes me smile every day when I get privilege of looking on that.